Best washing machine to buy in 2026. A repair tech explains what actually holds up. I have repaired hundreds of washing machines. I have seen what fails and why. And most of what is on that showroom floor, I would not put in my own home. I am Chip with Harper and Knowles Washer and Dryer Repair in Oakdale, Louisiana. Today, I am giving you 4 machines I would actually recommend for real reasons. No sales pitch. By the end of this video, you are going to know more than the person trying to sell you one. Let us get into it. Now, the first machine on my list, and the one I'd put in my own home today, is the Speed Queen TC5. Speed Queen is made by Alliance Laundry Systems in Ripon, Wisconsin. It's American made and has been for over a century. But that's not why it's on this list. It's on this list because of what's inside it. The TC5 is a top-load agitator washer. A genuine agitator, not an impeller, not a wash plate. An actual agitator. And that matters when you're washing real dirt. I live in the country. My laundry isn't light. I need a machine that's going to move fabric through water with enough mechanical action to actually get clothes clean. The TC5 does that. It runs a 210-degree agitation stroke at 60 strokes per minute. That's not a gentle swirl. That's a machine doing its job. Now, open one of these up and you'll see what I mean about construction. Heavier components. Fewer electronics. The drive system is beefier than anything else in its class. The tubs are reinforced. The suspension is solid steel. The critical parts are metal, where other brands use plastic. In my shop, I rarely see a Speed Queen come in with a catastrophic failure. Usually, it is a small wear item, a lid switch, a belt, a water pump. And when those fail, they are inexpensive to fix. Any competent appliance technician can work on it. The parts are widely available. The design is straightforward. Speed Queen rates this machine to 10,400 wash cycles. At 8 loads a week for a family, that is 25 years of operation. That number is a published engineering spec, not marketing language. Now, I want to address something directly because I get asked about it a lot. A lot of people ask me about the TR7. That's Speed Queen's premium top loader. It's a quality machine. I'm not going to tell you it isn't. But the TR7's wash action is gentler. It uses a belt-driven motor with an agitator system where the agitator and tub move together. For lightly soiled loads or office clothes, that might be exactly right for you. For someone washing farm clothes or work gear, the TC5 is the right call. It's more aggressive on heavy soil. It costs less than the TR7. And from what I see in the field, the mechanical transmission on the TC5 holds up more consistently. The TC5 is the machine I'd walk out of the store with today. Price runs around $1,099. Warranty is 3 years parts and labor. The machine that costs you less money over 10 years is the one that doesn't break. Now, the second machine is also a Speed Queen, but it's a very different animal. This one is for a specific kind of buyer. It's the FF7. The FF7 is a front-load washer. And I know what you're thinking, because I've heard it in my shop 100 times. Front loaders, mold problems, bearing problems, control boards. I understand the hesitation. Most residential front-load washers deserve that reputation. But here's what makes the FF7 different from what you would find at a big box store. It's what's under the skin. This machine runs a 1 horsepower variable speed commercial inverter drive motor. That's the same motor specification you find in commercial laundromat machines, running 12 to 16 hours a day, 7 days a week. Most residential front-load washers run a fraction of that horsepower under spin loads they were not really built for. That's where the failures come from. The FF7 does not have that problem. It spins at 1,200 revolutions per minute, significantly more than a standard residential machine. And Speed Queen's commercial-grade balance system means it runs every spin cycle to completion, even with an unbalanced load, instead of stopping and flashing an error code at you. People who own the FF7 consistently report that clothes come out noticeably softer, and they see a lot less lint. That's not a coincidence. That's a machine extracting more water per cycle, which means less heat stress on your fabrics over time. The math on dryer energy alone pays for part of the price difference across a machine's lifetime. Now, I'm going to be straight with you about the honest caveats here. The FF7 is noisy. Consumer Reports flags it, and owners confirm it. If your laundry room shares a wall with your living space, think about that before you buy. It also has a standard front-load door gasket, and that means you need to be disciplined about maintenance. Leave that door cracked between washes. Wipe the gasket down. It's not complicated, but it's not negotiable either. If you're coming off a front loader that you loved for the wash quality, but hated for the reliability problems, this is your machine. Same American-made construction as the TC5. Just a completely different wash philosophy. Warranty is 5 years parts and in-home labor, plus a lifetime warranty on the outer tub and drum. That's a serious warranty. Now, before I give you the last two machines, let me tell you how to actually evaluate any washer before you hand over your money. Because there are three things most buyers never check, and they are the three things that matter most. First, motor horsepower and drive type. This is the number that determines how long a machine survives sustained use. A residential motor in a high-spin front loader is an engineering compromise. It works fine for 2 or 3 years, and then the heat cycles and torque loads add up and the motor starts to degrade. Look for the motor specification on the product page. If it is not listed, ask before you buy. If they cannot tell you, that is an answer too. Second, agitator versus impeller. An agitator physically drives clothes through water. An impeller creates a water current and relies on that current to do the cleaning. For lightly soiled everyday laundry, impellers work fine. For work clothes, farm gear, athletic equipment, or a household with kids, an agitator is the more effective mechanism. And from what I see in the field, agitator machines come in for fewer wash system service calls than impeller machines. The mechanism is not a preference question. It is a soil load question. Third, parts availability. This is the one most people never check until they need a repair and it is too late. A machine that breaks at year 6 is only a good machine if parts are affordable and available at year 6. I have seen machines that are mechanically sound become economically unrepairable because a $40 control board is out of production and the aftermarket version costs $280. Before you buy, look up the model number and search for the main control board. Check that it is in stock. Check what it costs. That 10-minute search tells you more about the machine's real long-term value than an hour on the showroom floor. Now, the third machine on my list is the Maytag MVW P5 and 85GW. Let me repeat that model number, MVW P5 85GW, because it matters that you get the right one. If you have watched my other videos, you have heard me say, I do not trust Maytag's commercial technology branding. And I stand by that in general. Maytag puts that label on some machines that are standard residential appliances with commercial-sounding marketing slapped on them. But this machine is a completely different category, and I want to be very clear about that. Now, I have to be upfront about something. Maytag is owned by Whirlpool Corporation. They took it over in April of 2006. They are the same company. And for most of the Maytag residential lineup, the assumption that it is just a Whirlpool with a different badge is not far off. But the MVW P585GW comes off a dedicated commercial assembly line in Clyde, Ohio, built to a spec Whirlpool does not replicate under its own name at this level. There is no Whirlpool badge equivalent sitting next to it on the showroom floor. That is an honest distinction worth making. What's inside it tells you why. Half horsepower motor, quad gear transmission, premium bearings, dual action agitator, stainless steel wash basket, galvanized steel paneling built to resist corrosion. These are not residential grade components dressed up in commercial language. This is the same category of construction you find in a coin-operated laundry machine. And some independent reviewers argue the dual action agitator handles bulky items, like comforters and bedding, better than the Speed Queen TC5. That is worth considering depending on what your household actually washes. The practical advantage for a lot of buyers comes down to parts. This machine shares components with the broader Whirlpool manufacturing platform. Parts are everywhere. Any appliance technician in the country can source what they need for this machine, usually the same day. In rural areas like where I operate, that's a genuine practical advantage. The warranty is 1 year for parts and labor, with a 10-year limited warranty on the drive motor and the wash basket. A 10-year motor warranty tells you something about what the manufacturer thinks of their own engineering. Is it my personal pick? No. The TC5 is still the machine I'd put in my own home. But if Speed Queen's price is out of reach, or if you want commercial-grade agitator construction with the widest possible parts and service network behind it, the Maytag MVWP 5185GGW earns its place on this list. Just make sure you're buying this specific model. Don't let anyone tell you a different Maytag with commercial technology branding is the same thing. It isn't. Now, the fourth machine is the one I have never personally worked on, and I'm going to tell you that straight out, before I say another word about it. Down here in central Louisiana, you just do not see them come through the shop. But here is what got my attention. A lot of you have been leaving comments on my videos talking about Miele. I mean, a lot of you. So I did what I always do when something keeps coming up. I researched it. And I have not found a single credible negative review of Miele's washing machines. Not one. Everything I have read from independent reviewers, from owners who have had them for 10 and 15 years, and from appliance professionals in markets where Miele is more common, is exceptional. What makes Miele different? It's German engineered and German manufactured, and the build quality reflects that. Miele designs their machines to last 20 years. They use components tested to a standard that most manufacturers don't come close to. And here's the thing that got my attention as a repairman. Miele guarantees that spare parts will remain available for at least 15 years after a model series is discontinued. Think about what that means. That's a company building for longevity and backing it up in writing, not just using it as a marketing line. The construction is on a different level from what you typically see in residential machines. The honeycomb drum design is genuinely gentler on fabric. The engineering tolerances throughout the machine are tighter than anything else in the residential market. These machines are quiet, which by itself puts them in a different conversation from the FF7. Owners hold on to them for a very long time, and based on everything I've read, that's exactly what Miele intends. Now, here's where I have to be straight with you about the real-world limitations. The price starts around $1,500 and goes up from there. That's going to put it out of reach for a lot of viewers, and I understand that. And the service situation is real. Miele strongly recommends repairs only be performed by their authorized technicians. In major cities such as Houston, Atlanta, and Chicago, that is probably not a problem. In rural areas like Oakdale, Louisiana, it is a genuine issue. I personally would not buy one where I live, simply because if one of my customers bought it, I could not support them on it. That matters to me. But if you're in a major metro area where authorized Miele service is available, and you have the budget, and you want the finest residential washing machine you can buy, research the Miele W1. It may be the last washer you ever buy. Look up authorized service in your area before you spend that money. If it is not there, This might not be the right machine for your situation, but if it is there, it is worth every dollar. Thanks for watching. If this helped you, don't forget to subscribe.